Okay, so just start with your feet shoulder width apart and just take some time to get your feet on the right spots. So just breathe in and breathe out. Relax around the jaw and then float the head up through the crown of the head and just have your chin resting on an imaginary ball so that the chin isn't too far forward and not too far back. Just gently breathe in, hand out. Sink the hips, relax around the knees. Draw the toes in so that you're activating the arches of the foot. So they're relaxed, but they're holding. And just use your breath just to gently breathe in and breathe out. And using your mind's eye, create space through the body. And turn the waist. So just feel the arms moving around. And be quite deliberate where you're turning. So you're facing one corner and then you're facing the other, and you're scanning with your relaxed but alert gaze between the corners. And once we've got that established, you want to really sink the hips. Sink the hips, relax the hands. Gently breathe. Okay, sink your shoulders a bit more and imagine the muscles of the shoulders softening and lengthening out to the sides. And you've got this soft, springy feeling in the body. So you want to feel that the waist is really freely moving. And the arms are really relaxed, quite passive in the movements. Again, we're just gently turning, sinking, but lengthening through the crown of the head. And then good contact with your feet to the earth. And we're all breathing. Fabulous. And we're breathing some more. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the hands, elbows, wrists, fingers, palms of the hands, sinking, feeling the ground under your feet. Okay, we'll come back to the loosening in a minute. Let's just really tune in to the contact with our feet. So pay attention, really get that contact established and clear. So now just relax around your ankle. We're floating up, nice and relaxed. And then we're just going to transfer the weight from one bubbling well to the other. Yon Chuan point, just behind the ball of each foot, also called kidney 1 on the kidney meridian. So you want to relax around the ankles, and again relaxing but holding in the feet. And we're tall, be really tall. Relax around the hips, relax around the knees and the toes. Keep breathing. Relax around the jaw. And then really sink into that foot. So what you want to really focus on is paying attention to both feet and noticing how each foot is feeling in terms of what the contact feels like between the foot and the ground. So see if you can slow it down a bit more. So this works the postural mode of action in your muscles. Okay, and then come back to the middle. I mean, obviously, when you are practicing at home, you can do it much longer, but we'll forego that pleasure for now. We're just going to sway forwards and back. So you want to really let go and soften in the ankle joint. And we're just going to sway forward, sway back. I'll show you that from the side view. So I'm lengthening up through the crown of the head. So that's the Bahway point. Make sure your feet are on the right spots. You're sinking down here. Sinking down. As if you were just about to sit down on a high stool. And we're all breathing. Fab. Relax around the knees again. And keep lengthening. Make sure your chin's in the right place. Notice the contact through the feet. So come back to the middle. So we'll kind of work on some balance as well. So go round and round in a circle. You can have your eyes closed, you can have your eyes open, but all the while you're lengthening, you're sinking, you're connecting. So I was, Eva was talking about how your balance, if you close your eyes and stand on one leg, how every decade you get to, the amount of time in seconds that before you start wobbling and falling out, it's shorter after each decade. But by practicing, you can actually improve your balance. So it's quite heartening, really, that you can. And the same goes for your coordination. Relax around the ankles. Okay, now go in the other direction. So again, sink the hips, lengthen through the spine. Feel that you've got lots and lots of room in your body. Loads of space, loads of time. You're feeling calm. You're feeling comfortable. If you're not feeling calm or comfortable, feel comfortable not being comfortable. That'll do. Yeah. Yeah, just calm down. Oh, I feel rubbish. Okay, yeah, okay. And just yeah, it's you can still create whatever your mind state or emotional state or condition. You can still create a little bit of extra space, a bit of wiggle room, so it's less, you know, so it's a bit easier. And sometimes that's good enough, that'll do. I was at a meditation retreat. Okay, let's do our figure eight before I start waffling too much. We'll do the figure eight. Um, I just went to the beginners one on the Saturday. I didn't go to the advanced one on the Sunday. I went and fed the ducks with my nieces. That was my meditation. But it's quite. You might have noticed. You might not have. There's quite a lot of chaos around us with all this pandemic-y business going on. And what the lady that was teaching the leading the day retreat was saying, you can find momentary instances of feeling comfortable and feeling calm. Just notice them when they happen, and just take the wins. Don't worry about. Just think about your wins. Don't worry about the losses. And also, there seems to be a kind of psychological habit that most people seem to have, which is to put a negative thing on most things. So it's a habit. So we can, acknowledge they're there, but yeah, focus on the nice bits as well. Okay, let's just go back to some loosening. So we'll just check that we're feeling nice and springy, and we'll do some loosening. We'll breathe and really floppify and let go in your arms. So they just fall down. I will demonstrate with my set of keys. So if I let my keys go, they just fall down. Look, just gravity. That's what gravity's doing. It's just doing its thing. So that's what we're doing. So they drop down. Just let them drop, and then let the hips drop as well. So we're dropping the hips with the arms. So eventually these and these fall together and come up together. So have the palms down for the first bit of this. So this is the exercise I learnt from Andrew Heckett, and he'd have learnt these from one of the three. It was Master Tao, Benjamin Ho, and Ben Low, and Master Tao, Ben Low, and the other guy. Yeah. William Chen. And then turn the palms up. So just feel the head float up. And also that you're connected from the head all the way down to the feet and all the way through the arms. Everything's all connected. Okay, well, do loosening exercise number 1, the one I learnt from Master Chung. So you transfer the weight and turn, transfer the weight, and there's your springy feeling through the body. You're nice and relaxed. That's it, and we're nice and connected and comfortable. And there's a clarity in the mind. So again, a way of exploring, finding these points of clarity, finding these points of comfortableness when all sorts is going on around. So that can be your external environment, that can be your kind of emotional environment. It's where movements like step back and repulse the monkey come in quite handy, because you can practice finding the space and finding the clearness. We're nice and really, really connected, nice and loose. Okay, we'll change to that one. Again, do check your posture every now and then. So even though it doesn't look like we're moving our feet, they will move around a bit. But I was in the park earlier, and it's a bit like small children or pet dogs and things. They kind of, if you leave them on their own, they'll just start wandering about. And so you've got to make sure your posture's not wandering about. And open the palms of the hands. Feel the movement right to the end of the fingertips. Okay, and then make a fist with both hands. Punch up. Oh, I'm out of range. Oh, that's better. And Barry's exercise 3, 4. We just do 20 today. 5. We're taking it easy. 6. We'll show from the side. 7, 8, 9, 10. There's a slight heel lift. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20. Very good. Check the posture, lengthen through the spine, forwards and back. So you're just allowing, I'll show you from the diagonal view, you're just allowing your shoulders to really let go. Really let go, and turning the waist and feeling that bounce in the legs. keep breathing some more. Fabulous. Nice and relaxed, nice and loose. And then we'll go a little bit. So just to get, it's a little bit cold and frosty out there. So we want to make sure our arms are properly warmed up. And then what you do is go all the way around. We're going all the way around. Oh, my hands are going out of shot. Keep going. I'll move this a bit. So right. I'll have to move it back for when you need to see my feet, but you're going like this. 4, 5, 6, up, 7, that's it. 8. Right, now go do 8 in the other direction. 1. I'll show from the diagonal. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, this time come down and hold one arm out and one arm forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then round a bit more. And then the other side. So get your posture just so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that reminded me from Eva. We did that this morning in her class this morning, and I thought, oh yeah, it's quite a good one for building up the strength in your shoulders, that one. But it is a little character building, which is why I stop at 10 and don't go on till like 20 or 30. That'd be too much. Okay, yeah. Let's do some shoulders now. 1, 2, 3, and we've got the spinal wave thing going on. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'll move that back down again. So because the ends of my feet are, let's see if that's a happy medium. You can see my feet almost. That'll do. Okay, dragon serves teacups. Big. We'll do it big and then we'll do it small, and we'll do 10 big ones and 10 small ones. So get into a slightly wider stance. Remember, little finger at the tummy, thumbs at the back. Here we go. Ready? And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now we'll make it smaller. We're going to do some baby dragons now. I will demonstrate. So we're just doing this. Make it really small and subtle, and think more about having subtle turns in the body. So this is what I did with Eva Scuba the other week, and I thought that was very interesting, and I just wanted to share. So we'll do 10. Here we go, and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Lovely. Okay. Stroking the beard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it goes out in the first instant. We'll do 8, 6, 7, 8. And then there's a big version. Stroking the long beard. 1, 2. I quite like it. I like the image. You think of like in the kung fu movies when you get that usually one of the bad guys or one of the wise sages with this long wispy beard that's really, really long. 6. So it does good things for your shoulders, this. 7 and 8. Nice. Okay. So yeah, arms are feeling better. Great. Let's have a look at the legs. So we'll do the Dartsy puppet exercise first. So you can have your arms down, you can have your arms up, you have your arms on your waist, whatever feels correct at the time. I'm just going to keep my arms down just to kind of, because I'm just relaxing these. So here we go. So breathe in and breathe out. And we're lengthening through the head, and then we just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. At the corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 and 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Across to the corners. 1, 2. So we'll 3, 4. We'll just do this one. 5, 6 before moving on. 8 and 2, 2. Soft knees. 4, 5. Soft knees. 6, 7 and 8. Hamstrings. Still keep your knees soft, nice and tall. And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 and 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Tap the sides of your ankles. 1, 2, 3. So it kind of flips up. 5, 6, 7 and 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Side of the foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, let's try this. So you transfer your weight, you go into cat stance, and then you close your eyes and then try lifting the foot off the floor and seeing how many seconds it takes. You can feel it wobbling around. So you wobble around and then just put your toes back into cat stance. And this is what we did with the Cascubas the other day. So I lifted my foot, went from cat stance to lifting the foot, and apparently people in their 20s can keep this up for about 15 seconds before feeling wobbly. But we can all balance like we're in our 20s, no problem. We just have to practice. So try it the other side. So you go to cat stance first. I'll show you from the diagonal. And even though my eyes are shut, I'm still softly gazing forwards, listening behind and above, and I'm still lengthening and getting all my alignment correct. And you want to relax and sink the hip and just quite a useful one to do if you're like waiting for the kettle to boil or your porridge to cook, and you're in the kitchen and you're just wobbling around on one leg. And you try alternating between the feet, and this is natural. So that wobble that you're feeling when you're balancing on one leg, that's your proprioception in action. So I mean, from a martial point of view, it's not a good plan to shut your eyes. You want to keep your eyes open and aware of what's going on. But from a practicing improving your balance point of view, it's a really good exercise as long as you get comfortable within the wobbliness of it. Because that can be, when I first did this exercise with Ever a few years ago now, I found it, until I'd got used to it, a little disconcerting, because I was like, oh, I thought I was balanced, but because actually your eyes, or the ability to see, forms part of your balancing, and if you take that out, it's harder to balance. But yeah, there you go. So there's some homework for you. See if you can, and then when you open your eyes and stand on one leg, it it takes longer before you get the wobbles, you see. With your eyes open, it takes longer, and it's quite cool, because then when you're walking around the streets and stuff, you feel more balanced. So it is worth, even though with the eyes shut and the wobbling, it can be a little, oh, this isn't good, but you know how to feel comfortable, and you go, oh, I've got the wobbles. Okay, great. Yeah. Wee. And then a more advanced version of that is Carell then got us to shut our eyes and move our leg around, which was just horrible. But just try it out, and yeah, you find yourself, and it's okay to put your other foot down, but balance improving exercises. So it's really cool. It's like being on a tightrope. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, or you can use a wall, or the other thing is if you use your cat stance. So if it gets too much, just go into your cat stance, establish that, and then you can, and it will do wonders. And the other thing is when you're wobbling around on one leg, it builds up the muscles around that leg, so it'll make that leg feel stronger as well. But they are a bit of a character building exercises. Okay, we'll do that one. That's an important one. Just forwards and back, but just to we'll explore it from double-handed push, actually. Otherwise, we won't have done any Tai Chi yet. And well, we have been. We've been doing Tai Chi since the beginning, but I mean actual Tai Chi movements from forms. Um, you know. So think about your bubbling well points, and your alignment. So your knees in line with your toes. Yeah. And relax around the elbows. Very nice. There we are, and we're tall. Oh, marvellous. Look at that. That's great. Okay, now try that with the other leg forward. So we're just doing this and stepping. Relax around the elbows again. But focus on the feet. Focus on the feet more. This is just a sneaky way of getting us to do our foot exercises. Okay, let's have a look at the brush, knee and push, because we did some brush, knee and push last week. So we'll do it as a health exercise. So we brush, knee, push. But pay more attention to your feet and the waist and getting your alignment. Some space in that. If I do it from the front, you got space in the arm. So this slightly rounded shape here and a bent elbow. Brush, knee and push. Brush, knee and push. Tall through the spine. Brush, knee and push. Brush, knee and push. So, okay, that was almost perfect. Have a little look. So what you want to do for the brush, knee and push is you want the push to move no more than the weight. I mean, you can make it a little more eventually, but in the first instant, have a look at where my hand is in relation to where the weight is moving. I'm not going that far. I'm not. It's quite contained. It's quite contained. So I'm just going to here. So you want to keep, yeah, that was it. You want to keep both arms really quiet. When I used to learn with Master Chung and I was doing the loosening exercises, and I'm still probably too loud, and you want to think more about this and getting these arms really, really quiet, and rather than, it's too much. You're giving it all away. You want to, they don't, yeah. So and he went shh shh shh, and I went a bit confused. I went, Master Chung, what do you mean, please? And he said, your arms too loud, quiet. And I was like, oh, okay. So it's the same kind of thing. So when you're doing your brush, knee and push, you want to get that. When we were doing this move, we were doing it big, and then we did it smaller. And the smaller move, you want to do the same with your brush, knee and push. So try and get a little bit smaller. We'll do a few more, and then we better do the other side so we're not wonky. But we'll brush, knee and push. So really subdued, and just that's much better. There, it's like really sneaky. Right, now do some sneaky brush, knees and pushes on the other side. So let's establish our weight shift. So this is the weight shift. It goes back, turns, goes forward and turns, and get in the weight and where the weight is moving, where your body is positioning. That helps with the getting the move more sneaky and subtle and quieter, and because then the legs are doing all the work and the arms are just following the legs, and the legs are just following the intent. Well, the legs are following the breath and the breath's following the intent, if you want to look at it that way. Yeah. Brush, knee and push. Fab. Okay, let's do a few more, because I think we ended up. And then with repetition, the timing improves. Okay, we're going to do some really slow motion ones with the counting. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Yeah. So hopefully that will help, and that will just seep in to the brush knee and push when we're doing it with the stepping. Oh, I'll do it this side because unfortunately the the window gets in the way. So and oh yeah, a nice spacious feeling in the palms of the hands. So this you see pictures of very old pictures from the early 1900s and late 1800s of old Shakespearean actors, and they're often, or they're giving a, yeah. So it's that kind of feel in the hands. It's quite big, quite big. Okay, let's backtrack, and we'll do some qigong exercises, and then we'll have a look at step back and repulse the monkey, in keeping with the theme of staying comfortable and calm within chaos, or external or internal chaos. It happens. So here we go. So in the relatively straightforward exercises, you want to find that quiet, calm space of clarity and groundedness. So in the meditation workshop, she was talking about finding the ground, and rather than going over things like in a hamster wheel or something over and over and over again, it doesn't help. So you just find the ground. So, okay, relax around your elbows more now. Now think about the elbows as going away from each other and then towards. And you're using the whole body to move with. The whole body's nice and, yeah, all very smooth, everybody. That's beautiful. Really nice. Really good. And we're relaxing around the jaw. We're looking forwards, listening behind. Everything's soft and relaxed. And then I've changed slightly how I do the wild goose. So I'm doing it more like what Professor Ling Hao Sheng's doing it. I quite like, he does quite a big version, and I do like that. I'm quite enjoying the stretch, especially this time of year. It's a bit cold and chilly, so. But you want to really watch relaxing. If you're doing the bigger version, really relaxing the shoulders and relaxing all the way down the back. Soft, smooth, yeah, and slow. We're all looking a lot more smooth these days. It's very good. One more time, that's great. Just check your posture. Just adjust in a deliberate and intentional way. And then parting the clouds, or separating the clouds. So he does a much bigger version with a real big knee bend, but I'm doing the version I learnt from Mike. I quite like that one. Always reminds me a bit of when I was a kid at school. I got told a story about 6 visually impaired gentlemen, and they got asked by an emperor or a king to tell them what an elephant was like, and they each grabbed one bit of the elephant and it described it, and they all came out with different answers. And it's a bit like that with Tai Chi moves. You get your everyone puts their own spin on a movement. So, and we're all partially right. One more time. Okay, and then dragon plucks the stars from the sky. So these stretching movements are really nice because you can get a bit, especially in cold weather, you can get a little bit squashed up, and we're just pulling down. Notice what's happening in that shoulder. Take your time, nice, relaxed, all good. Relax the hands. One more each side. Okay, transfer the weight, go to cat stance. White crane spreads its wings. Remember, it's the opposite hand that goes up. So it's not like those of you that were doing me rising coiling dragon earlier, it's opposite. So it does get a bit confusing. Grasp the sparrow's tail. White crane spreads its wings. And think of a beautiful white crane. Think of the elegance. And they got really nice big wings, white cranes. So one of the reasons why this is called grey heron internal arts was because way back when Mike wanted to make a name, a Tai Chi school and what to call it, there weren't no grey herons in the UK. They were occasional visitors if they got blown off course from. You get loads in China and that, but the closest equivalent he could find to a grey heron, to a white crane, was the grey heron. So, and then like a year later or 2 years later, white cranes started breeding in the UK or something. So he could have called it white crane. So one more each side. That's lovely. Okay, slightly wider than usual Wu Chi. And what we'll do, we'll just practice the bear, but we'll get the movement first. So you want to get a smooth transition from one foot to the other, and pay attention to where the weight is going through the foot at all times. So you're aiming it through the bubbling well point, so just behind the ball of each foot. But you also want to still not just focus on the bubbling well, you want to focus on the feet all the time and notice the changes in sensation. So by being more mindfully aware of what you're feeling underfoot, again, that'll improve your balance. Relax the jaw, float the arms, that's it. So we're doing the inside turn. So we're turning towards the weighted leg. And we're breathing. And then seamlessly, we're going to do wave hands like clouds. So you've got one hand on the top, one hand underneath. Now the top hand goes out away from the middle. So you want your top hand going out away from the middle. Then we're going to slow this right down. This is slow motion. Slow motion. So we go out, up top. And it goes in the underneath hand. So, okay, stop and have a look at the moment. Stop and have a look. We'll come back to it. So we'll do it for a bit, have a water break and come back. So the top hand goes away from the middle. The bottom hand goes towards the middle. Try again. Try again. Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah. And think of a big wheel. Unfortunately, I haven't got a big wheel in this room. That you're turning like a big wheel. There are other ways of doing this. Okay, we'll have a quick water break. We'll come back to that, and then we'll have a look at part of the wild horse's main health exercise. And inspect the horse's mouth, roll back, ward off, and double-handed push. And then we'll have a look at step back and repulse the monkey. And then, if we've got time, fan through back. But as I was looking at fan through back this morning, and I thought, oh yes. So we'll just practice making the shape of the fan through back. So it is important to keep hydrated, even in cold weather. Probably in cold weather, you're probably better off with warm drinks. I've got my turmeric tea. I've got to give them some turmeric. I'm not sure what to make of it. It's a bit, yeah, I think I prefer the licorice teas. But, you know, it's free, so, you know, can't complain too much. So we're just going to let that settle down. And we're going to have another look at wave hands like cows. And it will be even better having had our water break. And we're being calm and comfortable this evening. Yeah. So, demonstration. Watch again. This is what we are doing. And I will also demonstrate it from the back. So you can see where my hands are in relation to the body. If I do it. There's a lot of circular type stuff happening. Try it. Join in. Join in. So you want to sink your hips and lengthen through the crown of the head, through that bahway point in the top of the skull there. So before our skull bones fused back together, it's the soft squidgy bit that you get in little babies. And then that's where you're lengthening up through. Okay, great. Right, next we're going to do inspect the horse's mouth, roll back, ward off, and double-handed push. Lots on one side, and then we're going to do inspect the horse's mouth, roll back, ward off, and double-handed push. Lots on the other side. So I'll just show it diagonal, but you can be square on if you want, or you can go sideways on if you want. It's kind of up to you. But then if I do it diagonal, then you can see more of what my limbs are doing and what my body's doing. So heel toe, we're in the back leg, and we're turned towards the corner. We sink forward, we turn to the front. Inspect the horse's mouth, roll back, ward off, double-handed push. I really like having an hour and a half. It just gives you so much more room. Inspect the horse's mouth. I noticed in my Friday class, I seem to do more in it, even though I've got 1 hour. And then in this class, we don't seem to do as much, but it feels it's good. We can look at things deeper in the Monday night class. Inspect the horse's mouth, roll back, ward off, double-handed push. Inspect the horse's mouth, roll back, ward off, and double-handed push. Nice. Inspect the horse's mouth. Then you turn slightly as the hands turn down and you sink down, roll back, right angle, ward off, double-handed push, and we'll do one more. Inspect the horse's mouth, roll back, ward off, and double-handed push. Shake out. We'll try that on the other side. I'll just set up so that I'm along the diagonal. Nice and tall. Own your space. Heel toe. Very important for all of us that we own our space. And begin. Inspect the horse's mouth. Roll back. Ward off. Double-handed push. Relax around the elbows, relax the hands and the wrists. Soft, smooth, and slow. Relax and sink the hips, sink the shoulders. Breathe in and double-handed push. Yeah. One more round. Let's shake out. Okay, so for the rest of the class, I want to focus on step back and repulse the monkey, and then just revisiting fan through back, just so it's not fallen off the end. And my Friday morning class, we're looking at inspect the box the tiger's ears, but it's and fan through back is a bit later on, but it's just quite nice to just look at something, revisit something again. I think we did look at it possibly in the summer. I can't remember now. It's all blurred into one big, online session. But we'll keep the just because of what I did on the Saturday and about the other thing which was a really useful bit of wisdom. There was one of the big teachers in the Buddhist tradition. They were all kind of wandering around and having a chat. They'd just been doing a seminar. He'd just been teaching a day retreat, and he was wandering around, and there was a story, and he said to the others, how heavy do you reckon that big boulder is over there? So I kind of, those ball things in that silly roundabout in Newmarket came to mind. How heavy do you think that is? And then the people that were with him go, oh, I don't know, it looks pretty heavy, you know, if you and I don't know how many kilos, and they guessed. And he said, only if you try and pick it up, you know, and you might want to think about that. There might be something that if you go and do it, it's going to be too heavy. So you don't even need to pick it up, and then it's not heavy at all. I thought that's genius. So, and that's where the kind of step back and repulse the monkey comes in quite handy, because you don't need to pick it up. just don't go there. Yeah, brilliant. I was well impressed. That really, I was just you know, it's like if there's someone we used to have a neighbour that was a little problematic, and if I'd have known that, I could have not needed to go and pick up that boulder at all. I could have just, you know, had another cup of tea or something. Brilliant, really good. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll start with this one. So we're just doing repulse the monkey without the step, and just keeping it smooth, soft, and slow. I'll show you that from the diagonal view, but keep it consistent and controlled. And part of the control comes by feeling very comfortable and relaxed when you're doing it. So it's like if you know, dealing with an unruly child, you just sort of calm, and whatever it is they're throwing at you, it doesn't really, you know, it's not personal. You can just kind of go, oh, keeping. And there's this almost like you're cultivating this unstoppable feeling in the arms, this continuous, unstoppable, slow but continuous moving. Whatever is going on. So I was in one of the local parks in Cambridge earlier, teaching a private class, and there was a lot of there was actually a small child about 3 who was actually roaring. It was amazing, but you just get on with it. You just say, okay, there's a roaring child, there's dogs running around our legs, but we're doing our thing, and they're completely unstoppable. Completely unstoppable. Not because you're forcing it, but because you're really calm, really centered, and moving from stillness. Stillness within movement. Just like that there's that funny bug thing in town, the big golden bug thing, and that just keeps going all the time. Okay, right. Now let's have a go at it with the, we'll do the stepping. So we turn, so you're in left rooster stance, turn your left foot, step out and sink back. 1, 2, 3, 4. But keep this positivity going forwards. So you're looking to the corner, you're looking to the front, and think about your sleepy tiger eyes. You're relaxed, but focused, relaxed but focused gaze. So one, turn to the corner, sink this down, two, three, four. So you want to build it from the ground up. That's why we're looking at the feet. Three, four. Sorry, I'll try and keep my feet more in shot. That was rubbish. Three, four. When I'm rich and famous, I'll be able to hire a big room. And then I won't have to keep moving the laptop lid. Okay, and we just combine them. I'll just have to assume you know what your feet are doing, because if I go too close to here, it won't let me move my arms. So I'll go a little bit further away. So you turn, one, two, three, four, and keep this smoothness. Calm, smooth, unstoppable. Actually, because I'm not lifting my arms too high, I will move that down a bit. That might help with the whole foot, being able to see the feet. Actually, I'll move my microphone. Yeah. Oh, that's better. There you go. Sorted. And yeah, you can still see my head as well. There we are. The feet are actually very important. Knowing what your feet, and you want to place your feet deliberately. Okay, now see if you can get it a bit quieter. So remember when we were doing this movement? See if you can make the arms a little less. Little less. Let's try it. Step back and repulse the monkey. So you're harmonizing your emotional mind, your monkey mind, with your intent mind, your yi. That's like your rational, logical, creative as well. So a lot of Tai Chi teachers, Grandmaster Chen Chao Wang, he's also a calligrapher and does these beautiful, very meaningful calligraphy pictures. They look wonderful. And so by being calm, it activates the creative parts of the brain. Step back and repulse the monkey. So just great. Okay, well, let that cook for a bit. And what we're going to do as a health exercise is do fan through back as yeah. So hang on a minute. So we'll start here, and we'll start from the side, facing the side, and you sink your foot, and then this one swings right over, heel toe, and then fan through back. And if you have a look, this isn't too straight, it's not too bent, it's a kind of diagonal angle. This hand, almost similar actually to Fair Lady Works at Shuttles, in a way that there's a diagonal thing. So if something was chopping down, it'd slide off the end of the elbow. So if I do it from here, if I start here and I step, so we will be doing it both sides, fan through back, and it's a big bow and arrow stance. So, and you're tall. And we'll just hold that pose for a bit. We'll just breathe in and breathe out. So hand, foot, elbow, knee, shoulder, hip. And this is, there's almost an intention back with the elbow. It's almost like you're whacking someone behind you with the elbow. And there's this sort of thing. There's almost a splitting between the hands. Okay, let's try that again. So I'll go from here, but you want a big. Actually, no, I will show from the side, and I'll show from the other side. So one of them I'll do that way, one of them I'll do that way, and then you've got different angles that you can see the move from. So I sink down, and that's hands up. So you're just doing it to the right side first, or one side, and then we'll do the other side in a minute. Fan through back. Okay, and then again, and I'll show it from this side next. And let me get myself in the middle. Big step. So that's like a big, almost like you're kicking. Fan through back. Okay, try it with the other side. So I'll demonstrate it that way, and then I'll demonstrate it that way. And then we've got different angles. So you sink into this leg, and then the other leg is free to swing. Big step. Oh, I've got the wall in the way. And then fan through back. And we'll just hold it and think correctly structured and strong thoughts. So you've got good strength because you've got the correct structure and you're correctly aligned. This is sinking down. So there's a downward feel there and a backward feel here. Bang. Okay. Is that right? Hang on. I'm just trying to get my... Oh, it's that way. Oh, it's that way. Yeah, got there eventually. Brilliant. Big step out. There you go. Right and left. Fan through back. So it's almost like a chop. I'll show it this side again. Big step, fan through back. And this, it's almost like you're stretching up before poof. So it's like, I haven't got my sword on me, but in the sword, when we've got this move where we lift the sword up and then down, up and down, there's a kind of stretch and then a release. So there's that sort of thing going on as well. Okay, one more fan through back. So we come up, feel that stretch, and then big step, and then that comes down, and that stays out. So there's also a stretch along the chest. Sink the hips, bend both legs, fan through back. Yeah, okay. Great. So, so from fan through back, you come back. We might as well, as we're here, step, and then double-handed push. So we'll just do that both sides, but we'll do it lots on one side and then lots on the other, and then have a look at the first third of the form as our grand finale. Wow. Okay, so let's just get this right. So it's stretching up, sink down, transfer your weight, swing the leg around, transfer your weight, fan through back. So this is big, sink back, that comes back there, this hand comes round, make a fist, bring the fist in, bring the leg in, this hand stays up, then you raise up, whoops, hidden punch, step, not as big a step as in the fan through back step, parry, turn and punch. This hand comes underneath the other hand, sink back, double-handed push, tall through the body. Okay, once more in that direction. So, stretch up. I'll come further away from the wall, otherwise I won't be able to do my big step. Big step, fan through back, nice and strong. Turn, bring the leg in with your fist, and you're facing that corner. Bring the hand up, round cover, step, transfer the weight, parry and punch, double-handed push. Great, that was so good. We're going to try it on the other side just to confuse everybody. Brilliant. Okay, so we'll do it the other side. Big step, heel, toe, fan through back, sink back, turn, make a fist, bring the fist in, bring the leg in to that corner over there. Then this is where the balancing on one leg exercise is coming really handy, doesn't it? Especially at this speed. Parry and punch. Double-handed push. 2 more times. Let me get me. Transfer the weight and begin. Fan through back. Hidden punch. Parry and punch. Double-handed push. Okay, one more time. Sink down. And begin. Double-handed push. Great. Okay, let's go through the first third of the form. Oh, hang on. I better do that. We've got a bit of, yeah, we might be able to, we'll see. That's a bit more of me in the shot. So I will be doing it the opposite. So I'm mirroring. You're going to go towards your left. So you're going to go towards your left. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. And begin. Opening. Sink the hips. Turn. Push out. Gather under. Hold the ball. You're in cat stance. Left cat stance. Step with your left foot. Part the wild horse's mane. So keep it nice and relaxed. Keep the arms nice and calm. So, because I've got a teeny tiny room, I will have to move back a bit just to give myself a bit more space eventually, but lots of space in the body. Side step, grasp the sparrow's tail, white crane spreads its wings. Oh, you got some of my arm in shot. Brush knee and push. Go back a bit, sink back and turn, hold the small ball, sink forward, brush knee and push. Brush knee and push. Spear hand. Cut down. Play the peeper. Step back and repulse the monkey. 1. So remember, maintaining this calm, relaxed feeling. 2, 3, nice and calm. 4. Great. We'll just let that cook for a bit. Let's come back to your feet. So we'll probably, if I remember, we'll probably do something similar next week. Just to kind of cement things in a bit more. Just breathe in and out, nice and relaxed. Relax around the jaw. Feel that you've got lots of room. We'll just go back to this one. Just go back to this one. Maintaining your focus, or maintaining getting your focus back. So you can lose attention, you can lose focus, and that's normal and that's fine. The important thing is getting it back. It's quite a useful practice. I mean, that's another useful thing for step back and repulse the monkey. It's quite useful. So really let go in your hips, sink the hips, lengthen through the spine. Feel that you've got lots of room, lots of space in the body. Lovely. Okay. Sun and moon. I'll go a little further back so my arms are more in shot. Relax around the jaw, relax around the neck muscles. Sinking the hips. Connected and calm. And then a few rounds of Embrace the Tiger, return to the mountain. And then we'll pause for a brief, making our faces look younger. And then go back to Embrace Tiger a few more times. Nice and relaxed. So an hour and a half is quite a long time to be concentrating for. So you're all doing really well. Yeah. One more time. It will be very good. We'll all have really high IQs by the end of this. Uh, or at least they'll have got bigger. You know, we'll get how to get more brainy. Yeah. Rub the hands together. Now, hopefully it will work this evening. Polishing the face. So we're just smoothing. So rub the hands together again. And give the lower back a rub. Fab. Relax the shoulders, lengthen through the spine. Take a few slow, deep breaths. Just tune into the body before our final couple of embrace tigers. So to get yourself correctly aligned, and then we'll do 2 more. And then just stand for a moment. Feeling calm, relaxed, centered, good connection to the ground. Make a fist with the right hand, left hand over the top. Bring your feet together and bow. Yeah. Yeah. Good work, everyone.